see, that's not going to work because I really need to go do my own thing over here. On September 23rd, Venus is going to enter into a square with Uranus. This is beautiful and revolutionary on multiple levels. Number one, we are completing that activation by Venus of the Saturn-Uranus square, which began last week. So on a personal level, I know that this was felt for many, many people in our relationships and in our finances, and maybe even both. Venus's square to Saturn last week, just to recap, really highlighted the tug of war in our relationship of where we kind of want it all or nothing versus this is what we can land on. Does that work for you? And there may have been some really important, potentially even very constructive disputes, whether we solved those issues and found solutions to those issues, or whether we realized, this really isn't workable for me. Venus square to Uranus is the breakthrough or the breakaway. So one of two things can be happening at this juncture is where we're discovering a newfound freedom in this new structure that we established last week, in this new game plan. Maybe we are finding a little bit more freedom and space and authenticity in our relationship. Like, we solved that. We have freedom again. Like, it feels good. The other thing is that we realize that our attempts to solve the problem actually continue to make us feel confined or limited. And maybe we are now realizing just how limited it really feels. Venus's opposition to Uranus can actually make us feel like we have to get out, that we can't stay in a suffocating cycle where we feel like we aren't being reciprocated, where our needs aren't being met, or where we feel like we're clipping our own wings just to be in this situation for stability. It could be this at this juncture where we feel like the stability and the support that this system has provided for us just no longer is worth our autonomy and sacrificing that. So Venus's opposition to Uranus can say, you know what? It's time for me to leave. It's time for me to really just follow my own and honor my own truth and my own soul's calling. The other thing that is really coming to mind is, have you ever tried really asserting a boundary with someone and it continually gets to be like neglected or ignored? This could be the time where you have to come in like a lightning bolt, where Uranus is just like earth shattering. This is my boundary. And if you can't adhere to this, then we can't interact or whatever it's going to be. Maybe I'm being extreme, but maybe not. So yeah, that's another way that this could really manifest. Now we have to look at too, Venus is in Scorpio. She wants it all. And maybe realizing that compromising that really isn't an option. So there needs to be just this radical movement toward what you know that you need to do for yourself. We also have Uranus in Taurus. So again, Uranus and Taurus, as it continues to get activated, we're seeing themes with radical weather, with the earth changes, with global warming, things like that, with the way that we use our resources in the world, money and earth resources. Those things could definitely be hot ticket items as this aspect gets activated. The other thing is that we have to look at this Taurus Scorpio polarity a little bit deeper, because this polarity is going to continue to get activated in a very collective, like a culturally collective way in the coming couple years, starting right now. Because what's going to happen is that all the personal planets are going to activate Uranus from Scorpio. And then coming into November, that's going to lead us into November when we get our first eclipse in Taurus. And it's going to be a lunar eclipse. And so that's going to really activate that Taurus Scorpio polarity. And that is going to be bringing us into the next cycle of eclipses in the Taurus Scorpio polarity. So I'm going to kind of introduce this theme here now. And one of the biggest themes that we need to think about is this idea of breaking free with Uranus. We need to break the routine. We need to break the pattern. Now, on one hand, there is nothing wrong with choosing a slower, more comfortable pace, because again, Venus wants ease. There is nothing wrong with choosing a more comfortable, slower pace when you have been grinding beating your body into submission, fucking up your nervous system. Because again, Venus in Scorpio is reflecting that essence that many of us have, or that belief that many of us have, that things have to be hard in order for me to relax, or things have to be hard in order to feel like I'm strong, or capable, or all those things. Like there's this mechanism of survival built into each and every one of us. And so maybe leaning into this North Node Taurus business, Uranus and Taurus, is the realization that it doesn't have to be. And actually, it could be a necessity to choose the path of ease and comfort at this time. Literally, we have to in order to survive. The large world issues are just so heavy at this time that we really need to practice leaning into creature comforts and celebrating the little nuggets of beauty that we get to experience in our human bodies. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with choosing that. At the same time, maybe the call is to leave your comfortable nest of familiarity and to take that walk into the woods, to follow Hades to the underworld, to ingest that alchemical, transformative brew that is going to send you on a soulful journey of discovery and unlearning and getting out of your comfort zone, and to walk into that mysterious forest and to have that captivating, enlivening experience that really kind of stirs your soul. So we are each needing something else. We're each craving something else. And so that polarity may be speaking to you in one way or another, but you will know. You will know which is the cup for you. Are you going to have the chai tea pumpkin spice, or are you going to have the ayahuasca? It's going to be up to you. And that's going to be what we're kind of working with as this polarity continues to be enhanced for us as we get closer to the end of the year and then into the eclipse season of next year and half of the following. So I know that was extended, but that was your Venus opposite Uranus astrology shot of the day. Big breakthroughs coming in. Thank you so much for joining me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me across platforms at AstroCatherine, or visit my website where you can book your reading.